What up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a very long minute. You know, sometimes this job gets you to a point where, you know, you're so busy throughout the day you can't even make your videos and stuff like that. But we got another one for you. This one is about the GE washers, the GE front load washers, the ultrafresh clean washing machines, front loaders. And there is a leak that I consistently keep getting calls for that not many people know about. I've gone through different I've asked different service providers the question. They've had different answers and stuff like that, but many people can't figure out why it's still leaking. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to show you guys another possible leak that you may have that you are not even aware of, that you can't find because, you know, you're checking hoses, you're checking clamps, you know, you're checking pumps. Everything checks out, but the water is still leaking. You know, you go and think that it's the seal, you know, and it's not. But the actual problem is in the dispenser. These GE ultrafresh clean front load washing machines have a engineering design that is, in better terms, garbage. It is a garbage design because it leaks. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about, and we'll see if this is a problem that you're having at home, and we'll try to teach you guys how you can solve that problem. All right, so here it is, the GE ultrafresh vent system. This is the machine that we were talking about. So here's the issue with this one. So the complaint was that it was leaking water from the bottom. So when you take this guy off, which is one, two, three, and then you have 4 and 5 screws, right? Take that off. You'll pull this guy out. You'll slide it to the right, and you'll be able to take it off. You'll pull it off. You'll take off the little USB clip that's in here, and you'll be able to unplug it and take it out. So behind there, in this area right here, there is a hose that spits out your water through this guy, you know, and there's another one that spits out water here as well. So usually that hose that is in here sometimes can break, crack, it can get loose, the clamps can wear out, you know. And then there's another little hose that runs across like this, little thin one. I'll probably put up pictures so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But there's another one in there that will also crack, fray, or, you know, split in half, and it'll leak water down on the bottom. And then you have obviously your pump down there where that square is over here. Inside there you have a filter. That thing sometimes will get clogged. Maybe it's not tightened enough, and it'll also leak water. But today, that is not the issue. Today we are talking about a real small engineering flaw. This is the dispenser. I already pulled it apart, and I will show you guys how I did that. As far as the top, and this is the part that goes up here. In order to take this guy off, you have to start from the back. You'll start off from the back here. You'll unclip these two up. You'll kind of like glide your fingers in there and pull. You know, you'll start seeing these clamps come off. You pull them up, and they'll slowly just come off. Once you get them all on the left or on the right, lift it and pull it back towards you so you can remove those clips that go in those 3 holes. Okay? And then you'll turn this guy upside down, and then this bad boy, this bad boy goes here. Oh, there you go. It's alive, folks. This bad boy goes here, okay? The way you take this one off is a little bit, not too complicated, but it's a little bit more tedious. You'll have to pull on these clips, and as you pull on one of them, you kind of have to prop this guy up so it's out of the way, and this thing won't be holding it down. But you gotta kind of put something here. I used a screwdriver. You know, I just put the screwdriver there so it doesn't fall back into place, because then you'll be fighting back and forth. When you pull this one up, this one goes back in, and then when you pop this one, that one will go back in. Will go back in. Can't even talk today. And then you'll be fighting with that, you know. But once you pull those guys out, you'll flip it over. You'll see these, there's this clip here and this clip here. Those two clips, when it's on there, is right there. So you'll have to, once you get those, once you get these two off, you know what I mean, you prop them off, you can put your screwdriver in here. You know, get a little small one like this would be fine. You put it on the side of the clip, you know, behind this guy, and you'll just pop it off, and you'll do the same thing with this guy, and then you'll be able just to pull this guy out, you know. And there's these little legs or whatever that go right in those little holes, you know, it goes right in there. So when you put it back on, you got to start from this side, pam, you know what I mean? So anyway, what's going on here with this guy is the water. This thing has a, like I said, it's a dumb design. When this thing is clipped on, like that, as you can see, it let's see here, it looks like that. Okay, but there's this little tiny gap right there, and up here, all that gap, it allows water to seep out right through there. That little square doesn't have a seal or anything, so as you can see, there's actually water corrosion already right there. The water seeps out, leaks out the front here, drips down, drips in between here, you know, because this thing is not also sealed through there, and it just trickles down along the side of that water hose, you know, and it goes all the way to the bottom, and then you start having a puddle. But then you're wondering, okay, well, what's the problem, you know? And then you start going and dismantling it, changing hoses, clamps, water pumps, and you're still leaking. Before you know it, you're throwing this guy out, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some, oh, there we go, I'm gonna put some silicone on it. Put some of this guy on, and I'm gonna seal that crevice, you know. I'm gonna put some around this guy here, and around that guy there, you know, all around here, to create a seal so it doesn't come out. The water doesn't seep out or anything, you know, because yeah, it's a dumb design. It's dumb. It really is. I don't know what other way to put it, but it's a dumb design, and it's causing a lot of people headaches. But that is what it is. I will go ahead and show you guys an example of that. I'll put it back together so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so I put it back together, and this is what it looks like when it's put back together. See? It's supposed to be sealed. There's not supposed to be any water coming out of there. There you go. There's not supposed to be any water coming out of there, you know what I mean? But it does. It seeps right through it. Let me see if I can push on it here. Just enough to where it'll make a little tiny gap, and it'll seep out right in this area, dripping out. And then, like I said, it goes into that part there. You can see how it's all corroded, and it seeps in between the white and the blue right there. Let's see, there you go. It seeps right in through there, the water, like I said, it goes down, and you have a puddle down there. So let's show you what I'm talking about so you guys can see. Let's open this guy. We don't need much. Okay, here we go. There it is. See that? That's where it's dripping water from. You know, at first I thought it was from that hole, you know, where the flap is held. But no, I mean, it's not even to that level, the water, you know, and it's just dripping, dripping, dripping. There you go. That's where it's coming from that little, just throw out the water, from that little crevice. Let's turn this guy off. So yeah, it's coming out from underneath there. You can see it's all wet already. It's coming out of that part. You know what I mean? So it's just seeping out of there. Right in here. It's, like I said, it's a design that it was just, I don't know why they made it. They made it like this. I don't know why they couldn't have made it one whole piece like this and still have the tunnel going down that way, you know. Like I said, it's a weird design. I don't know why they did that. But like I said, I'm gonna put some silicone on that part and see if that fixes the problem. Hopefully that will. I think that will. And if it does, we'll show you guys. Alright. So this is what we did, folks. We went ahead and put some sealant in there. Right in the crevices there. Put some sealant all the way around. Hopefully it'll eliminate that problem. Oh, there we go. We sealed this guy up with some silicone, and it looks like it has worked. I ran some water through it and nothing dripped out the bottom, which is a good thing. But we're gonna run a cycle and see if it still actually works. If it does, then all right. So let's do this. Now here's the top. Now on this guy, you have these little tabs here. And you have those, that one, that one, that one. You got that one. You got these little 4 right here, and you got those. So in order to put this thing back on, you want to start here first. These little clips right here or whatever. You go right in there. Those 3. Put those there first, and then start putting it in. This way again. There you go. Sets in. Make sure everything is on correctly, and just start putting pressure on it. And it should be good. Alright. So there we go. We put it back together. Sealed it. We're going to be running it. So far, so good. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's see if it'll spill water or not. Or hopefully that silicone worked and we are good to go. So far, so good. So far, so good. I think we're gonna be alright, folks. To be continued. Alright, folks, so here we go. Again, continuing the video. And we put on that sealant last night. And it seems to done the job. There's no more water leaking. And that was it. It was just it's a bad design. It's a bad design. The water seeps right through that crack, comes out through here, ends up on the bottom of your floor over there. That water right there is from when I unplugged the drain hose. So, but it's fixed. It's fixed. So anybody out there that has an issue that your ultrafresh system here is leaking water, you know, and you can't figure it out because you have changed everything, you might want to check that dispenser. Like I said, that dispenser has that fault in the front of it, and it's just a bad design. But if you've gone through all your hoses, drain pump, your filter, you know, the gasket there, you know, because this gasket sometimes gets crimped right here, and it'll start leaking water down that way too, or it'll tear, you know. Piece of clothing maybe get caught there while you shut this, and that's what happens. But as for now, this guy is fixed and we are good to go. So hopefully you guys learned something here, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Subscribe, like, it'll help my channel out, and you guys take care.